the hell that you catch it and the hell that you're going to catch, the Lord is pleased with that, man. Because he knows, too, that is getting you right. You know? So you just got to always be in a mind frame like, no matter what come your way, be ready for it, man. And always keep your Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai on your mind, man. Keep going. We can end that on the end of this verse.
Yeah, it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand.
You see, all that hell he caught was all for a point, man. He gained. It said that the pleasure of the Lord shall be in his hand, man. It's all about that, man. So no matter what hell you catch, you know, it's all because you're going to gain the kingdom of heaven, man. So no matter what, you always got to keep the kingdom of heaven in you, man. The kingdom of heaven is, I'm doing this for the Lord, man. I'm doing this for the elect. I'm doing this. Matter of fact, if somebody get that in, after you read that, give me, what is that, 2 Timothy 2:10?
I got a quick.
Yeah, bring
keep your eyes on the prize.
This is Acts 14:22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
You break it down.
God, like the scripture say, through much tribulation, you know, we must enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. So this road that we walking, is you're going to run into those obstacles, man. You're going to run into that road. This is a road of tribulation, man. Okay? It's like, if you ever seen, like Ninja Warrior, you know, you got to go through a whole lot of obstacles in order to get to the end, man. Okay? So this is the same thing with the walk that we walking, man. It's a path full of obstacles, tribulation, hurt, pain, you know what I'm saying, anguish. Okay? But the end,
doubt.
Doubt, you know, betrayal. You know, because you got men that's amongst you that might, you know, step on your toes and betray you. Okay, so it's a heavy road, man. Okay, but this the only road that we can take in order to get to the kingdom, man. So you might as well push through it, man.
That's right.
You might as well push through it like a real soldier. That's why the scriptures say, "Gird up thy loins," man. The Most High is telling you exactly what to do in order to sustain in these times, man. So if you fall off, it's only because you wasn't adhering to the instructions.
That's right. This is the manual.
Yeah, this is the manual, man. It's just like if you installing something into a car, and you know, and the manual is right in front of you, but you just trying to do it how you want to do it. You don't be to left out screws and all kind of shit, man. It's bolts, and it's gonna mess up on you. That's the same thing with this, man. The Most High tells you how to walk this path, man.
That's right. Okay?
And you gotta follow the instructions. You gotta follow the guidelines, man. Because it says through much tribulation must we enter into the kingdom of heaven. So your mind state should be focusing on building your faith, building your patience, having long suffering. Okay? Because these are the characteristics that you need in order to sustain this path, man. Okay? So
bring that.
All right, this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 10. Therefore, I endure all things for the elect's sake.
And that's what it's all about. It's about the elect, man. That's what this whole thing is. Us going on the highways and the byways. Paul, Timothy, all them catching hell, going on the missionary trips that they was doing. It was all for the elect's sake. And we are followers, like the scriptures say, be ye followers of me as I am a follower of Yahweh. That's the same thing we doing, man. It's all for the elect's sake, man. That's what our calling is for. Is also we're going out fishing for fish. That's what it's all about, man. The elect. So when you catch that hell, like I said, back to the point of being, when you might be in a position where you're getting tortured, you got to keep your mind on the fact that this is for the elect's sake. This is for the nation. Okay, that's what it's all about. Okay, so I got an article we can jump right into.
It was a little bit more.
Yeah, keep going. I'm pulling the article.
All right, come on. It says, therefore I endure all things for the elect's sakes, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahweh Shai with eternal glory.
See?
Right, and that's what we're hoping to receive. That salvation and that glory. Because, you know, Yahweh Shai, like the brother read in Isaiah 53, after he went through all the suffering, the Most High Yahweh granted him
the pleasure.
Yeah, that pleasure. You know, being able to sit on his right hand on the throne, and also being that guide in that pathway back to the Most High. So those of us that endure as he endured, that went through the persecution and the affliction and the trouble and hell and endured it like a real soldier should and persevered through, you're going to get the salvation and you're going to get the glory and be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. You're going to get that same pleasure, man. You know? You're going to have a throne. You're going to have a crown. You're going to have glory. All right?
You're going to have people honoring you.
Right.
You know, people revering you, bowing to you, looking at you as the great person that you are. Because it says the scriptures tell you, what is that? Romans 8 and 17? Is that Romans 8 and 17? Joint heirs?
Romans 8 and 17. Come on. Yeah, I read it. This is the book of Romans chapter 8 and 17. And if children then, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him. There goes, you know, the persecution, the suffering, man. You got to go through the suffering part. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
You see that? We joint heirs with him. We walk in the same walk he walked, okay? If Yahweh Shai caught the hell and suffered, and the scripture said he got the pleasures, like the brother just said, we're going to get those same things too. Matter of fact, before we get into the article, since we just to piggyback off that, if somebody get Psalms 2?
Oh yeah, come. I'm going to read this next verse.
Yeah, keep going. Somebody get Psalms 2. And,
all right, this is verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So after we go through all the hell and we catch it and we endure it and we complete the mission, then we're going to be glorified and, like the brother said, honored, man, by everybody on the earth, man. You're going to be in that 144,000, that number that everybody wants to be in. You're going to be part of that elected, man, that governing body. You're going to get that pleasure, man, the kingdom of heaven. All right?
You got that? Psalms 2?
I got it.
You got it? What's that? Psalms 2 and he can read it.
2 and 8.
Yeah, start at 2 and 8.
Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
You see, this is what Yahweh Shai is getting. This was it, the Most High talking to his son. But being that we're joint heirs, like it just read in Romans 8 and 17, this is one of the benefits that we get by being joint heirs. Keep going.
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
You see, we're gonna have slaves. Yahweh Shai is gonna have slaves. And that's the thing too. A lot of you 2/3, you niggas, you other nations, you get cut up by that. When we say Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, is gonna have slaves. Okay? And we're gonna have slaves. Keep going.
Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, he's gonna be beating the shit out of you Edomites. Just as much as y'all had him up on y'all was crucifying him, doing all those things, like it says in the book of Revelation. Those men that did it, they gonna get it. Yahweh Shai's gonna get his revenge on them. Okay, keep going.
Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling.
You can drop it. That was the point. But the point is like Yahweh Shai, when his kingdom when he comes back and destroys his kingdom and gives us a piece to fight in it too. When he gets the kingdom of heaven, he's going to have all the land he wants, all the slaves he wants, all the women he wants, all the riches he wants. He's going to have all of that. And just as much as he has it, we're going to be right there underneath it with him, enjoying that. Lord willing, we be part of that number, okay? So I'm going to get into this article. I'm going to read it. And anybody got any scriptures or whatever, bring it with. This is from the dailybeast.com. The article is titled "The Most Gruesome Moments in the CIA Torture Report." Cause see, now you have these whistleblowers that tell you what happens with them, and that ain't for the public because they don't pay attention to shit, man. The public don't care about the CIA torture and Guantanamo Bay and all that. They don't care. But that's for us. This is an inside look on what they have planned for us, man. Because they look at us like terrorists, okay? So it says, interrogation that lasts for days on end. Detainees forced to stand on broken legs or go 180 hours in a row without sleep. A prison so cold, the one suspect essentially froze to death. The Senate Intelligence Committee is finally releasing its reports on the CIA detentions and its interrogation programs, and it is brutal. Here are some of the most gruesome moments of the detainee abuse from the summary. I'm just going to jump around a little bit. Here's the first one. It says well-worn waterboards. It says the CIA has previously said that only 3 detainees were ever waterboarded. It's just some Arab names. But the records uncovered by the Senate Intelligence Committee suggested that may have been more than 3 subjects. Let me get to the point of it. It says, contrary to the CIA description to the Department of Justice, the Senate report saying that waterboarding was physically harmful, leading to convulsions and vomiting. During one session, detainee Abdul Zabdullah became completely unresponsive with bubbles rising through his open, full mouth. Khalid Shaikh Muhammad was waterboarded at least 183 times, which the Senate reported described as escalating into a series of near drowning. If you don't know what waterboarding is, you know, Google it. It's a gruesome thing, man. You imagine having a towel or a t-shirt held by 2 grown men, and you bound with, and they pouring, and you can't see, right?
You can't move.
And they pouring probably like a gallon of water at a time on your face. That's torture, man.
Right. It's really more psychological, because although it's really a certain measurement of water they're using, but your mind, because it can't see, it can't react the way it reacts.
You can't move.
So it goes into a fright mode, and you thinking you're damn drowning. You know?
Yeah, you're not gonna know when to take a deep breath or nothing. Man.
Right.
And you can't. You're not even gonna be able to. Like, it might last you for 10 seconds, but them 10 seconds gonna feel like an eternity, man. And you know, that's something serious. Like, it says 183 times, and it was an error, man. They ain't even a...
Imagine how tired this man was at the 183 times. You ever went swimming? No, you go swimming. It's a lot of energy holding your breath and, you know, doing all that, and, you know, underwater for a long amount of time. You be tired as hell after you swim, man. Your body, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know, I was tired as hell. And that's something for us, man. You know, they practicing on them, man. They very well might have, you know, you as a brother in Guantanamo Bay or something. Because you know what, if you ever watched that movie, I don't know if your brother's seen that movie, Safe House with Denzel. In that movie, they show you them safe houses where basically it be regular houses like this that be in neighborhoods around the world and country, where it looked like a regular house, regular place, but in it, it's a real safe house for CIA people to transport whoever they got. So you might be they might have a place here in Atlanta specifically for us, and they take you in there, and they show you the movie with Denzel. They had him tied down, and they were waterboarding him. You know what I'm saying? So that they have places set up for us for that to happen, man.
So, well, shoot. On that note, it may not even necessarily be a particular camp that you go to. It can be one of these houses in these residential areas that they have set up to interrogate key individual, you know, a high alert risk brothers in this truth, man, that they want to obtain information or just destroy. You know? That's
right. Here's probably one of the worst ones, right? It says forced rectal feeding and worse. It says at least 5 detainees were subjected to rectal feeding. Basically, they were forcing a tube up his ass, man. That's off. Or rectal hydration. When they damn well could have put an IV on you, because it was shown that them Arabs down there in Guantanamo Bay, they was going on strikes. They were going on food strikes, man. So they was ready to die than eat. And you know, we very well might be in the spirit. They might like, man, you fucking gonna put this pork in front of me, man? Right on a major fast. Right. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck I look like eating this pork, man? Get this shit out of my face, man. They might just put pork in your face for 12 weeks. Or, I mean, that's like you, like, they might 10, 12 days. Like, man, I'm not eating that shit. You might kick the tray into the corner, push you back out the door, shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have that spirit on you, like, man, I'm not eating no pork, man. Like the scripture, somebody look at that in, what was that, Maccabees? You know where that's at?
I kind of got it real.
Okay, because it's like, so they might try some odd shit like this. Lord willing, they don't. Lord willingly. Lord willing, you don't get sodomized with food, man. Lord willingly. It says, while 5 infusions is safe and effective, one officer wrote rectal hydration could be used as a form of behavior control. Others were deprived of sleep, which could involve staying awake for at least 180 hours. Man, after like 2 days of no sleep, man, you start having hallucinations. You start hallucinating, man. You need sleep, man.
Your body start feeling numb, can't think straight.
Right. You see all kinds of apparitions and stuff, man.
And at that same time, while you're not sleeping, that's because you know what it is? They want to break you physically, but they also want to break your mind, man. They want to break your spirit.
Yeah, your mind, your spirit.
It says that as long as 180 hours, sometimes standing, sometimes with their hands shackled above their head. Some detainees were forced to walk around naked, or shackled with their hands above their heads. In other instances, naked detainees were hooded and dragged up and down corridors while subject to physical abuse. At one facility, detainees were kept in total darkness and shackled in cells with loud noise or music and only a bucket to use for waste. You imagine that, man? They have you in a damn dungeon, dark as hell, and they might play some damn, and they said loud noises. You know how crazy you go if they played a damn police siren?
Yeah, police siren.
A police siren for 36 hours? You'll go crazy.
And they'll train.
You know what I mean? You think about all the noise that could be played, man. Motherfucker play Soldier Boy, I go crazy, man. I lose my mind. But you imagine like a siren or some
Gunshots.
gunshots. You know, any type of like
loud, repetitive noise. Scratches on the chalkboard, man.
Styrofoam.
all that shit, man. Hours.
Yeah.
Scripture.
Come bring it out.
This is 2 Corinthians 1:6. It says, and whether we be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation, which is effectual in the enduring of the same sufferings which we also suffer. Or whether you be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation.
Okay.
So, like the scripture say, whether you be afflicted, it's for your consolation and salvation, man. Okay? So just, you know, you guys just try to stay in the mind frame of everything that I'm dealing with, everything that I'm going through. It's for my salvation, man.
That's right.
It's making me stronger, man. Because I'm holding on to my integrity, okay? I'm keeping the faith. I'm going to remain faithful unto death, man. Okay? And if you do have to go out, just go out with an honorable death, an honorable discharge, man.
That's right.
Okay? And you still going to receive the same blessings as the ones who made it out of here, man.
That's right. And matter of fact, you'll be the first ones in the chariot.
Come. Yeah, you get it in on America, man.
Come.
I can read this.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, this cause this is really gonna drive home the point, and just an example of, you know, former great men that had to endure this same type of torture. All right, this 2 Maccabees 7:1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law, which is against the Most High's laws, to take swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than transgress the laws of our fathers.
See, you gotta have that mind frame. We dead to this earth, man. We dead to this life right now. This is not living, man. Death is easy. Death is that's the way you want to go out, man. You want to go out being what is the word, a martyr. You want to go out being a martyr for Yahweh Shai, man. I went out dying in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Yeah. So like they was ready back then, man, for pork. So imagine in this time when it's like, man, this is the end all, man. Like I say, that's when I meditate. I think like this is the end. There's no more after this. After this is the kingdom of heaven forever and ever, man. We're not gonna go through all this. So this is the final. This is the final bonanza, man. So
this is it.
This is it. You gotta. So everything we go through is gonna be hell, man. Keep going.
It says, then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on.
So he had his family in front of him, and you know, it ain't gonna probably be our worldly family, because the scriptures tell you that, you know, those are your household, or your enemy. But in this time, you know, I might have to watch this brother right here go through all that torture, and I'm sitting there and I'm just watching it, man. You know, but you're supposed to have a spirit like to know, like, man, that's my brother. Lord willingly, he'll keep strong in the faith, and you're supposed to pray for that brother, man. But you know, but that might very well be our walk. You know, we might have to watch. You might have to watch a brother that you've been laboring for years go through all that. Got his tongue cut out, and it says all of his upper body cut off, legs and stuff. You might have to watch that. Go ahead.
It says, now when he was thus maimed and all his members, he commanded him being yet alive. He was still alive after all this.
You hear that? And I just show you how strong of a spirit that these men had, man. You know how much, man, a lot of us, man, we scrape our knees. We get a hangnail. We be hurting, man. We be hurting and crying and shit. But this man, he had all of his members cut off. He had his leg, his dick was cut off, his tongue was cut out of his mouth, and he was still alive, man. Go ahead.
It says, now when he was thus maimed and all his members, he commanded him being yet alive to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai looketh upon us, and in truth hath comfort in us. As Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock.
And you see, this is how much Esau really hates us, man. Esau really hates us, man. And that's why, you know, when we put curses on you niggas that you know you don't want to call the white man the devil. And that's another thing too. I have yet to see any of you other camps, man. I have yet to see IUIC or any of you other camps jump on the white man. Y'all never call the white man a devil. You never talk about Esau as a devil. We don't do that, man. This white man is a devil. He hates us. This is his history, man. Who was the king during the Maccabees? It was the Greeks. It was after Alexander the Greek, man. This is this white man's history on us, man. He hates us. Keep going.
It says that when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
And you see, you know what? This is one brother after another, man. And you know what? This was a show, man. This wasn't no event like in the back chambers. Yeah, it wasn't in the back chambers of Esau's castle doing this shit. This was for the whole city. So you had other crackers out there watching this and praising it, drinking.
Yeah, that's just like the same thing here with the American slavery, man. But they used to gather the whole fucking village and to hang and burn a nigga, man. And they'll sit there, take selfies, you know what I'm saying, postcards, send it to their family. The weekly